Thor News presents Hit the Button, Baby. Welcome.
Parts of our hotel have been falling off into the street and smashing.
It is very, very bad out there. It is going downhill. It is happening in Florida, and it is going to be going downhill into Georgia, South Carolina, as well as North Carolina. And we need to emphasize what you are going to see coming next.
So one of the biggest impacts that Hurricane Matthew has had and is going to have over the next couple of days especially is storm surge. If you're not familiar with what storm surge is, this is different from just flooding rain. This is a situation specifically where the wind creates a situation such that parts of the coast just become part of the ocean. And that's why it's so dangerous, because the ocean doesn't care whether you've got structures, homes, businesses in the way. So look at that. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that water, and that's the reason why storm surge is so ridiculously dangerous. Now, but this was actually the best case scenario for the central Florida coast. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, this storm has actually stayed a decent distance off the coast. As we get into the next couple of days, it actually gets a lot closer to the coast, and that's why the storm surge is going to be much worse as you get up into coastal Georgia and South Carolina.
Hurricane Matthew is still a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 115 miles per hour, moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour. This is the projected path. So even after we see it take that turn out to sea, it will be weakening, but it could possibly be coming back for impacts across the Bahamas, and we still haven't completely ruled out impacts to Florida yet. The surge forecast is something that we are monitoring very closely, and you should too.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The good news is we did not face the worst case scenario in Florida, as Hurricane Matthew did not make landfall. Now, the damage is still bad, but it's nowhere near what it could have been with 10 to 15 feet of storm surge. Now, the bad news is that the Jacksonville part of Florida and Georgia are still under the gun for receiving some of the worst of the storm surge, as Hurricane Matthew crawls along the side of the coast like it had a brain. Now, after making videos for 2.5 days straight on this hurricane, drove me crazy. I just woke up into a Category 5 hurricane making landfall on my personal life, as I've been battling severe hacker issues for the last 2.5 days. So do my best to get back to you with updates as often and as possible as I can, though I'm undergoing severe problems doing so at the moment. So please take this situation seriously if you're in Georgia, South Carolina. And if it isn't the worst case scenario, you can be mad at me if you'd like. But all I was trying to do was prepare people for the worst case scenario. You really think I wanted to make 13 videos on a hurricane? Man, you know how much fun that is? It's not a whole lot of fun. I have to sit there and imagine a bunch of people drowning the entire time. I have a powerful imagination. It's not what I want to do. Anyway, so if you guys, especially those in Florida, want to keep me updated on the situation right now as I try to catch up, that would be wonderful. Just want to say God bless everybody. I love everybody, even the ones that hate me. And if you do appreciate all the work that I do here, I do have a single donation PayPal button on my YouTube page and a Patron monthly donation button on my YouTube page. I do my best to make the greatest videos on YouTube that include humor, intelligence, and integrity. You don't have to always agree, but I'm telling you exactly how I feel and what I believe. Though I can't always give you all the information all the time, because these are dangerous days, whether you believe it or not. And if this whole hurricane passes and the damage is considered light and minimal, I just can't express enough that something weird is going on with our weather. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing it, but I know that it doesn't appear to be getting any better anytime soon. Okay? So, I don't know. I guarantee you, though, feels like 75% of the time making YouTube videos is way, way, way more trouble than it's worth. Everybody's always so angry all the time and looking for people to blame. Anyway, okay. I'll be back. Maybe I'll be in a better mood. Peace out.
I pray and I pray.
This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents Hit the Button, Baby. Welcome.
Parts of our hotel have been falling off into the street and smashing.
It is very, very bad out there. It is going downhill. It is happening in Florida, and it is going to be going downhill into Georgia, South Carolina, as well as North Carolina. And we need to emphasize what you are going to see coming next.
So one of the biggest impacts that Hurricane Matthew has had and is going to have over the next couple of days especially